Ladies and gentlemen, we are back at it another again. My name is Stanton, and on behalf of the Platform Sports Talk Show Productions, just made that up, I would like to welcome you all to the Man Cave. You know, it goes down each and every last Wednesday of the month. The fellas come on and hold it down. We want to thank everybody for tuning in, whether you're watching us on Facebook, whether you're watching us on YouTube, whether you're watching us on Twitter or Roku, or whether you are listening to us on Hot 365 Radio. We appreciate you and we thank you for tuning in. Like I said, my name is Stanton, your host for the evening. And if you are new to the show, welcome. Thank you for tuning in. But if you are a resident of either the Platform Sports Talk Show, which is every Wednesday on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Roku and Hot 365, whether you are a avid watcher, listener, supporter of Ladies Night, which is every first Wednesday of the month. Shout out to Bunny, Sharita, Michaela. Shout out to Annie. Shout out to Joe. Shout out to the whole team. Shout out to that whole squad. If you're familiar, then you know we never do these shows with just one person. We always have a team. We got a real big team over here at the Man Cave, and I want to bring on the first member of that team, my brother, Sadal.
What's up, people? What's going on? What's going on,
Man,
Stanton?
man, another day, another dollar, nickel, dime. Inflation is crazy.
Quarters and pennies.
Quarters and pennies, all of them. Man,
Every coin counts when the gas prices is high, man.
It costs $20 just to pull out the driveway nowadays. So, other than that, how you been, man? How has the last month been?
It's been really fruitful, man. A lot of good things are happening. A lot of good changes is going on in my world. And I hope, in my realm, you'll be seeing some good things to tune into here this summer. Stay tuned for that.
Okay. Little sneak peek spoiler. Little Easter egg. That's what it's called, a little Easter egg. We will definitely keep our ear to the ground on that. Before I bring in our next panel member, I just want to show some love to Brendan Bovacanti. We want to thank him for his time here at the Man Cave, but we understand that life can be lifing. So for the time being, Brendan will no longer be a part of the Man Cave, although we definitely hope to get him back in the near future. So for being around since episode 1, and more importantly, for being around when my Wi-Fi needed some milk, Brandon, we appreciate you and we can't wait to have you back. But with somber endings come new beginnings. And this one right here, I'm real excited. Younger me is excited. I'm not going to put an age on it. I don't want to make this young man feel old. But ladies and gentlemen, we have a St. Louis media legend joining our team. We've got a DMV area legend on the radio waves joining our team. He's got his own podcast that he will tell you about. He's got his community outreach programs here in the city that he is definitely going to tell you about because they're coming up soon. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are familiar with the old school hot channel, that's all I'm going to say. I don't want to get us in any kind of trouble. If you're familiar with the old school hot, then you will recognize this voice and be introduced, if you haven't been, to this face. Ladies and gentlemen, please show your love and welcome the newest panel member of the Man Cave, the one, the only, Mr. Craig Blac.
Wow, man, that was an introduction right there, man.
Look, I had to do
that
it right,
was an
man.
introduction, man.
I had
First,
to.
you made me feel old as dirt. Then
Oh man, and it's for that reason that I had to. Like, this is something that I dreamed of doing, and now I'm here, doing it. I'm hosting a show with the person who I looked up to. If, in all honesty, if it wasn't for Craig Blac, there'd be no Stanton. There wouldn't be a blueprint for the Stanton. So I appreciate you and I thank you for that. What's going on, Miss
man.
Williams? Miss Williams says, welcome. Craig.
Yeah, how you doing, Miss Williams? How you doing, Miss Williams? Man, I appreciate, man, just being here, being a part of the show. You mentioned a lot, man. My St. Louis family, shout out to y'all. I appreciate everybody in the Lou, East St. Louis, St. Louis, North County, everybody. Straight out of the DMV. I lied over the years to everybody. I'm not from East St. Louis. I'm actually from Washington, D.C., but I told everybody else from East St. Louis when I was living in St. Louis. But you know, this platform, shout out to my man Fred Head too, man. You know, Platform Sports Network, man. I appreciate just being a part of this. You know, the Man Cave. We could talk sports. We could talk everything that's going on. You see it in the background. Community Cuts for Kids, man. That's what it's about. 21 years in St. Louis and East St. Louis, and it's coming up August 13th and 14th. You go to the CraigShillsFoundation.org. Shout out to all them radio stations out there in St. Louis that help me out, that push it, especially the Platform Radio Network and the Man Cave, man. It's my passion project. I'm 5 years deep in Washington, D.C. and the DMV with Community Cuts for Kids. And, you know, this will be 21 years in St. Louis. So, man, it's about our kids, man. It's about trying to take back our community, you know, bring that village back together, how it used to be when we used to get popped in the head by grandma down the street around the corner. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That caught you for acting a fool out in the streets, man. You know, trying to build this self-confidence in our young people. We give them a fresh haircut. We give them a fresh hairdo. You know how you feel after you leave that barber shop or that hair salon. That's what it's about on that first day of school. And,
I used to.
That's gonna be me tomorrow. That's why this do-rag on.
My bad, so I don't mean it.
All right.
My bad, dude. You know what I'm saying?
For the kids.
It's for the kids. It's for the kids, man. But you know how you used to feel like, you know, you leave them spots and get real fresh. You know, it builds that confidence in the young people, and that's what the program is about, man. Plain and simple. It's not too hard. It's not too difficult. That's exactly what we do, man. Community Cuts for Kids. But and make sure you check out the website. You see it scrolling across the screen right now, the CraigShillsFoundation.org. But man, that's it, Stanton. Man, I'm here, man. Let's do it, man. Let's get into it. Let's talk.
Let's get into it. Let's talk these sports.
Right.
So I just want to say, what's the word, fellas? What's on your mind? What's been going on this last month in the sports world that's been grabbing your attention? You know what? I'm gonna give the first spot to our newest member, Mr. Craig Blac. What's on your mind, brother?
What's on my mind? What the hell are the Washington Commanders doing? What is wrong with Jack Del Rio? Why is he not fired yet for the comments he made about the insurrection? A little dust up on the Capitol. Why is he still here? What is wrong with sports in the DMV? My whole area is terrible. I'm about to start repping St. Louis's basketball. Oh, my bad. Anyway, but anyway, it's like, man, it's crazy.
Dang.
It's crazy, man. I mean, we might as well not have a team the way the Wizards. You see the trade we made today? It was like a lateral move. It's like, how do you make a lateral move in sports? What is going on here? I don't know. That's my word. I'm gonna stop right there. That's my word. All right. I'm done. I had to vent a little bit. My word is frustration. How about that?
This is the Platform Sports Network, man. It's the Man Cave. You able to do that?
Pissed off. Go ahead. I'm done. Okay.
I feel it. I feel the. Yeah. You sure you don't want to talk about it?
Man.
Talk about it some more, maybe. Go on,
get
it up.
I start drinking. I'm gonna have to go get me a some Henny and some Coke, man. It's that's Coca-Cola, okay?
Coca-Cola.
You got to specify that. You know what I'm saying? No,
Henny and a Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola, not the
Coca-Cola soda beverage.
Not the nose candy kind.
The pop, okay? The pop.
the new age pop, not the old school neither, because you know there were rumors. You know,
yeah, back in the day, they did lace it up. You know,
that's got a little kick to it.
Okay, but that's where I'm at. A lot of frustration over the last month or so with the sporting, you know, community right now. But I did celebrate my man Steph Curry one time for him. You know, I'm gonna be real. I was rooting for my man Steph. You know, Jason Tatum is my man. Love Jason to death, all the way 100 St. Louis. I was pulling for him and Marcus Smart and old man Al Horford. I mean, that dude was they balled out in Boston, but I just can't like Boston. You know, it just go the root. It's rooted in me not to like Boston, so I gotta like them individual 3 players. But to see Steph Curry show up and shine and finally get his spotlight in the finals, it felt good. It felt real good. You know, I was just happy to see it happen for the dude.
Speaking of Steph Curry, shouts out to Steph Curry. It was announced earlier this afternoon that he will be hosting this year's ESPYs on July 20th. That man is just getting it all back. He got the championship back. Now he's about to be hosting. Hopefully he does a better job than Drake did. You know, it's shouldn't be that hard. So dog, what's on your mind, brother?
Man, I'm gonna keep it in the NFL, and the Cleveland Browns have a predicament on their hands. Now, I won't mention the elephant in the room in this Cleveland Browns room, which is Watson. We all know what's going on with him. He's got, I don't even know what the tally is right now. Is it 28, 29, 30? I don't know what it is. But
45, 47.
45, 47. But no matter what it is, it looks like Watson is going to be out for an extended period of time. And you would think, hey, you got a great backup. You got Baker Mayfield, right?
Yeah.
Or you don't, because looks like they burned that bridge a long time ago. You know, banking on Watson and giving him max money. I mean, basically all guaranteed money.
All guaranteed money.
Randy Watson. Did I say Randy Watson?
No,
he was just saying Randy Watson to be
funny.
He was just saying.
Little Birdie was.
You were correct. You were good. You were correct.
Sexual chocolate.
Hey, this wouldn't be the first time on the show I would have misspoke. Yeah, Baker Mayfield. I think that bridge is burnt. I don't think he's coming back. And in fact, they're shopping him around, you know. And so now you're left with Jacoby Brissett. Is he going to be the long-term answer?
Jacoby Brisket?
Not Brisket, Brissett. And it's a shame because the Browns pretty much have a team on their hands. I mean, they have a pretty good team, you know, offense, defense. I mean, they're adding tools, you know. You add Cooper out there at wide receiver and bringing in a lot of tools in the offensive tool belt there. Everything's coming together, and you thought that Watson would be available at some point, but it looks like he's not going to be available. So what do? You didn't spend all your money on this quarterback who's probably not going to play in at least the next year. And the quarterback you did have, you badmouthed them and you brushed him off so bad that he don't want to come back. You know. So, man, I mean, just when you think the Browns had it lined up all together, they're finally going to come out of obscurity to emerge as one of the NFL powerhouses, and they just fall flat on their face.
Yeah. Imagine how I feel, Sadal. This is the final.
And we had a prediction of back in the day.
It's the final year of my Browns and 5 campaign.
You and me both. I thought that in 5 years, they was making moves and doing things in the draft, and we said in 5 years.
Hold up. So 5 years ago, you predicted them to win the Super Bowl?
I predicted the Browns to win the Super Bowl within 5 years. 5 years ago. So this is the final year.
Wow.
And from
you almost was there. They almost had it.
Almost.
You was drinking a lot that night, huh? That was a lot of drinks going on.
I was no. So what happened was this was the year where the year I made this prediction, they had drafted Baker Mayfield. They had built up that roster like it was looking good. They had the Jarvis Landry on the team. They were building it up. It was looking good. They had
Odell Beckham.
Was he on the team at that?
They had just got him. They
They had
traded
just got
for
him.
the Giants. Yeah.
So
Okay,
the team was built, the team was stacked. So I was like, okay, you got this, you got Tyrod Taylor at the time. I thought he was going to be
And then
something.
the defense was coming together.
Mm-hmm.
At least we didn't see it at first. You know, they drafted Jarrett in the draft. I think was it 5 years ago or something like that, around that time. And so, you know, that defense was coming together. We didn't even see it then defensively. And so as you know, as the years went on, I'm like, okay, second year, okay. They finally got over the hump of the beating the Steelers, getting that first playoff win. I'm like, okay, well, all right, this might come to fruition.
I had high hopes. They didn't have they had a more than one win season.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it was going good. And you know, year 1, nothing. Year 2, we're getting close. Year 3, same places. Year 2, year 4, we reverting back to old ways. In year 5, we signed Deshaun Watson. We being the Browns. I don't know why I said we. We over here is the Rams, defending Super Bowl champions.
Rams don't
defending Super Bowl champions. Unlike the Washington Commanders, you want to talk about basketball teams, but you don't want to talk about football teams, correct? Anyway, and so I made the prediction with a sound mind, and that was actually the beginning of my hot takes here. I'm like 1 for 92 on hot takes, but a win is a win. So, you know, I thought we had it. We being the Browns. And
man, them Browns weren't good since Ernest Biner and Kevin Mack were in that backfield.
Yeah.
Is that his name? Is it Mack? I don't know.
Yeah, it was Mack.
It was Mack with them big ass shoulder pads. I mean, it's like, man, the fumble, man. They're almost cursed like my Commanders.
They had Bernie Kosar, man.
But they got that curse going against them.
They had Schottenheimer at the coach, man. They had it. They was gonna go to the Super Bowl, and they possibly was gonna win.
The fumble, it's a curse. It's a curse, man. It's alive and it's well. I take it like who is Modell still the owner? Who's the owner?
No, he passed, man.
He passed.
Yeah.
Well, he set it off though. He started the curse because he was terrible.
He sold the Browns. He sold the Browns. That's what happened.
Yeah. And at least they got rid of him. And but he's like my Daniel Snyder right now in Washington. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
You know, it's like that legacy just leaks into the locker room somehow. The stank and the stench, the terribleness of the whole front office, it just leaks into the locker room, and they just, I don't know, I can't.
That has a lot of merit to it because you know they say crap rolls downhill, man, and you're only as good as the head of the table. So
you got crap running downhill with the Commanders, and then you got the Cowboys over here chasing that good old glory. It's just like it's a equal curse here, you know. Cowboys probably ain't gonna do it. Like they'll have good seasons, but not when it matters. So you know it's all right. You're not alone, Craig. You are not alone. You are not alone. Man. Cowboys fans are right there with you.
Hey, it wasn't too long ago that the Rams were just
Hey.
Can I ask a question about that? Let me ask a question. So St. Louis. I haven't asked a lot of my St. Louis friends this. Are we claiming this Super Bowl from the LA Rams? Is that a St. Louis Super Bowl win?
I was happy, but it felt weird.
Are we claiming that?
Most St. Louisans are not going to be claiming anything Rams. I am loyal because I've been a fan for well over 20, 25 years now.
Same.
Being a Rams fan, and I can't turn it on and off. And I figured I kind of got it in my head and reasoned in my head that it wasn't the team's fault, it was the owner's fault that this all happened where the Rams moved away.
Kroenke, right? Kroenke.
It was Kroenke. It was Stan Kroenke.
Stan Kroenke. That's his name.
Kryptonite.
Kroenke. I call him Cranky because anytime he don't get his way, he get cranky. That's why. Stan.
Yeah, so I don't blame it. You know, I just can't stop being a Rams fan, but it was just I'm so conflicted, man. I don't know. Maybe I'm like a abusive person in a relationship.
What?
I don't know.
Wait, no.
I'm abused, and I just I can't shake the thought. I don't know.
Okay.
Still love the Rams, man.
Just to piggyback off of Sadal, I embrace this championship just for the simple fact that for at least God knows how many years we had those 2-and-something records, that 1-and-something record, a whole lot of 3-and-13s, and then just the streak of 7-and-9s. Like I had my fair share. I stood beside these Rams just like I'm standing beside these Bulls and have been standing beside these Bulls. You know, you cry enough and you pray for times like this, to quote a rapper. And when you get them, you embrace them. So that's for me. There's somebody else who we can ask this question to. Ladies and gentlemen, the fourth member of the show this evening.
He had a perfect timing, that, by the way. Perfect timing, because he's a fan of our rival.
Yeah, he is a fan of our rival. Still don't understand why. Maybe he can explain it to us. Ladies and gentlemen, please show your love and give it up for Mr. T-Bone Funk.
What's up, y'all? You know, I couldn't miss the man cave. It's only once a month, right? You know.
Yeah.
Wanted to check in with everybody. See, we got Craig Blac over here. First week in the man cave. What's up, man?
Well, what's up, T-Bone?
Well, you know, I heard you ask a question of, are we from St. Louis claiming this St. Louis Rams Super Bowl?
T-Bone, real quick, before you go into this straight debacle, if you could turn your phone landscape way for us. If you could turn your phone so we can get the wide shot.
Sorry about that.
There we go.
Gotcha.
All right.
Absolutely not. We are absolutely not claiming this St. Louis Rams victory.
First of all, T-Bone, to be fair here. Now, I want to let the audience know
let them know Sadal
right now.
Let them know
this
Sadal.
This is a 49ers fan.
A 49ers
right
fan
now in St. Louis, talking about a team that he don't care about.
So he's not
a 49ers fan.
He's very biased on this topic.
This is a wolf in sheep's clothing. So go ahead, proceed.
Let me ask this question. Were you a Cardinals fan back in the day? The St. Louis football Cardinals back in the day? Did you like them?
But, you know, they had left by the time, you know, they left in 87. So I was like 3 when that happened. So.
Oh, my bad. I'm dating myself. My bad. Go right ahead. Let me stop then. Go ahead.
I didn't do it this time.
And why I wasn't a Rams fan, because the Cardinals had left, you know, right around the time when I started getting the concept of football. My grandmother was a St. Louis football Cardinals fan, but, you know, we didn't have a team, so we had that vacancy. And there was a time when we went into, you know, for anybody back in the day, y'all know that store Ventures. Well, my grandfather took me to Ventures, and they had a 49ers hat with Taz on the side. So, you know, I got that hat in the 3rd grade, and I claimed that team from there on after. So, hey, for all the Rams fans out there, don't get mad at me, because I knew what the inevitable situation was going to be. They came and they left. But you know what? The 49ers, they've been my team from the beginning, and they're going to be continuing being my team. I don't care if they do lose to a substandard team in the NFC Championship game.
All right, you can say all you want to, but you know, that's just a little shade, a little salt.
Hold on, if you're gonna say it, you gotta say it right,
man. Don't hold that hate in your heart. That's not good for you.
And if you're gonna say it, you gotta say it right. It's a substandard Super Bowl winning team.
Yeah, they did.
Within the last 5 years.
The 49ers beat the Rams 21 times in a row or something like that. And then, you know, they lost the one. Hey, they lost.
It was
good
6.
shot for the Rams. 6. Felt
it
like
was
20.
6. But they just couldn't win that one.
Right? You know, and the Rams have gone to the Super Bowl twice within the last.
What's the last time the 49ers
years.
won the Super Bowl? I forgot. What was that?
One? Jesus, I can tell you the last time they went, but one?
One Super Bowl.
Matter of fact, they went to the Super Bowl and it threw everything off. We were thrown into a pandemic. That was the same year.
I think I was in grade school when that. I don't know. It was like 4th, 5th grade. I don't know.
Oh dear God! If
that?
you were in grade school, then I was swimming.
94. I don't know.
Oh no. I might have been still swimming. Depending February. Yeah, I was still swimming.
Man.
Yeah. Good times.
Good times, man. Root for the 49ers, man. Go ahead.
I just wanted to check in. You know, I've had a little busy weekend. Hey, for everybody out there real quick, I just want to say shouts out to Sadal, who came through over the weekend, you know, helped me out. You know, I just wanted to let everybody know publicly, this is that dude who has helped me. You know, I just really appreciate it. He can be a Rams fan today, and I'll give him that. But, you know, when
he's a Rams fan every day.
When you need somebody, this dude is that dude. He helped me out as we were, you know, getting some stuff unpacked and moved and cleaned up and everything. Hey, Miss Williams. But, you know, I just wanted to tell you how much I appreciate you, man. I wanted to tell you that on the air.
Yeah, don't be alarmed by the constant debate of Rams and 49ers. It's been going on ever since middle school, man. You know.
Oh, wow.
That's how long we go back. So
pretty much.
We have breaking news here on the Man Cave. Rob Manfred, y'all know Rob, right? Almost didn't give us a baseball season, Rob.
Yeah, almost ruined baseball. Yeah, I know him.
Yeah, so that same guy, he wants to have automated balls and strikes by 2024, and he also wants to expand to 32 teams within Major League Baseball. That is breaking news here on the Man Cave.
First of all, who's going to watch baseball, man? Who's going to watch the 32 team?
I don't even know where the other
they can't even build up the game. They can't even build up the game to where it's watchable for fans.
You know,
they don't really care about the fans.
I did hear a rumor about Orlando trying to get a baseball team, but you know, I unfortunately for me, I'm in the middle of doing what I had to do, so I just wanted to check in, say what's up to y'all. You know, let y'all know that I do not appreciate that Rams win, and you know.
You ain't gotta appreciate it, but you gonna respect it.
I respect it today, but y'all go ahead, have a good. I'll catch in with y'all next month, and hopefully I'll be back next week.
All right, sir. You have good safe travels, man.
All right, T-Bone.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was T-Bone Funk. All right,
T-Bone Funk.
We're gonna keep this train moving. We're gonna get into some NBA talk. It's been a lot of NBA moves going on within the past week. We've had the NBA draft. We've had some incredible, ridiculous, and questionable trades and signings. So it's a lot to discuss. I want to start with the NBA draft. That's what I want to start with. On last Thursday, we had a new class of athletes enter into the fraternity known as the National Basketball Association. I just want to go over the first 5 picks. That's all I want to do. So the first pick went to Orlando Magic, and in a shocker to some, but not all, they went with Paolo Banchero instead of the projected Jabari Smith. And then the Thunder, with the number 2 pick, selected Chet Holmgren. Paolo Banchero was out of Duke, and Chet Holmgren is out of Gonzaga. And then the Rockets, with the 3rd pick, picked who everyone thought was going to be first, Jabari Smith out of Auburn. And then the Kings drafted Keegan Murray out of Iowa, and the Pistons drafted Jaden Ivey out of Purdue. And then I also just want to jump down a little bit because my Bulls drafted Dalen Terry out of Arizona. Were there any trades or draft picks that surprised either one of you? Sadal, did you get a chance to watch the NBA draft?
I did not, man. You know, I really don't, you know, I can't follow the NBA like I want to, man. So I really don't have much in this area.
Well, I do.
All right, Craig, get it off.
I do.
I felt that. Get it off your chest. Get it off your chest.
First, my Washington Wizards used their 10th pick to pick up Johnny Davis, a guard from Wisconsin. So we're putting the writing on the wall. We're putting the writing on the wall right here when we make this pick. Okay. Then we make this lateral trade that we picked up. I don't even know who, why.
I don't know why or where.
It's just, but I think the biggest news out of Washington, D.C. with the Wizards is my man Bradley Beal, straight out of St. Louis, Missouri, declined his player option.
To Chicago.
But the good thing about that he may be able to get $240 million by doing so. So it may work out for Bradley in the long run. I think the money's going to actually talk, and he'll actually stay in Washington, D.C. Hopefully. I don't want Brad to leave, but he doesn't have anything around him right now. You get rid of KCP and I don't know who else we got rid of in that trade. It was such a nasty ish. It was such a stupid trade that I really didn't. I'm like, why? What is the move even for? Why is it to clear some cap space? I don't know what was on the books. I don't know how much money we saved or what we got, but the talent level was like an even kind of swap. But I prefer to have a veteran like Ish running point and Contavious Caldwell Pope, somebody that can that can knock down shots and play some defense on the wing. So I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of scared that Bradley Beal is going to end up in Boston with Jason Tatum, but I think the money's going to talk in the end. I think that 200. I think he can get that Supermax deal, 5 years, 240 or something like that. But hopefully.
So Craig, I'm going to ask you to put yourself in Mr. Beal's shoes, right? So he declines this player option, but like you said, he has a opportunity to get $240 million on a max contract deal. And yes, that sounds nice to your pockets, and it sounds nice for all the goals and dreams you have, for the camps you run, and all that thing. All that is just funded. It was funded before, but it's funded now. But is the money worth the loss? Because yes, you gain money, but are you gaining more of a chance to reach that next level, which at this point is just to get well enough into the playoffs? Or do you take a potential pay cut and go to a team that right now has all of the tools that are necessary to win a championship, but just need that extra piece, like say a Boston team or a team that's closer to Miss Beal, shout out Mama Beal, Chicago. Chicago.
My man Marvin Crump. My man Marvin Crumper said he's out of here. What's up, Marvin? Hey, but I look at it like this, man. I look at it like this. These young cats in the NBA right now are getting paid big money. And I think right now it's more about the money than it is about championships. I'm going to be honest with you, because if you look at, he's watching his man John Wall sit on a bench for the last 3 years, not even play, clean up and make $40 million a year for the last 3 years and not even touch a let me say this, not even bounce a basketball in an NBA game. How about that?
Yeah.
Because he has been playing. We've seen his highlights with him and my man Mike Beasley. You've seen the little highlights on the internet, him and Mike Beasley going at it. So John Wall has it, but just think about it. I mean, I'm sure they talk. And I'm sure Wall is like, man, get your money, man. Get all the money you can. You still young. You got time to win a championship. And then later on, after 5 years, how old will Bradley be after 5 years from now? I don't know what his age is. Let me try to Google it real quick. How old is Bradley?
He'll be in his because he got drafted in 12. No. Wait a minute. No way is Bradley Beal in the league.
I'm trying to see if my Google machine works. He's 29. There
you go. He's been 29 in the league
right
for that long. Jesus.
He's 29. So in 5 years, he will be LeBron James right now.
Yeah, pretty much.
So I mean, will he still have his? He'll still be able to shoot the shot. Will he be able to jump and go to the basket like that? No, he'll still be able to shoot that shot. And that's what he needs to be on the team. Where a team needs a scorer. A team needs somebody that can move around and get, can knock down that jumper. So it's like, I don't know, man. I just think he's going to take the money. I see him coming back to DC. He opted out. I think he's going to take the money. I'm hoping he's going to take the money and come back to DC. How about that? I'm praying that he's going to come back to DC and take the money.
Well,
but they're not putting nothing around him to make it attractive for him, though. But
yeah.
And somebody else commented that I guess he needs to maximize his opportunity while he's in his prime. Them pockets in the prime too. That's why I look at them pockets is real prime right now. They prime for the fix it.
Man, absolutely.
Lines for that money.
As an athlete, as a competitor, you want to win.
Uh-huh.
You also want to win. In that window of opportunity, especially when any athlete, for most sports, to cross over that 30 threshold, time's ticking.
Not to mention he's 10 years in the league.
But my question is, you said it's competitive. It's competitive from a business standpoint too. They got a competitive, contracts. They look at it and it's like, hey, you in your prime, stay with your team, one team. How many players usually really stay with one team right now? You got people popping all around. He'll stay with the same team that drafted him. He'll make the big money. They won't win anything. They won't have the Steph Curry. Just say Steph. It won't be like Steph Curry in Golden State. It won't be nothing near that. It's just that
and that's another thing that all athletes have to think about too. You only have a window of opportunity to make money, and if you have that golden opportunity to get that payday, they want to cash in on that. And you've seen that in the NFL. With players, trying to cash in on that payday.
Cha-ching.
Cha-ching for real. All right. So another move that was made just today, actually. It was, following in the footsteps of Bradley Beal, James Harden. Y'all know that name, right?
Oh yeah.
Paper James. James Harden has also declined his $47.3 million option. People are saying that it's to keep, a possibility of him either receiving a new deal or to give the 76ers roster, quote, flexibility. And with that flexibility, we are talking financial flexibility, possibly be able to bring in an extra star in Philly. But I just want to ask this question. I don't know if you all were paying attention to Twitter around the time of the Eastern Conference Finals. It was, I almost said Philly. It was Miami and Boston. And during that time, there was a certain Philadelphia 76er that was tweeting about Miami and what Miami needs to move forward. That superstar of the 76ers was Joel Embiid. So I just want to ask, with James Harden not opting into that, are they trying to keep more money just to either extend Joel Embiid to keep him from leaving? Do you all think that Joel Embiid would leave the 76ers in order to either, get a ring or gain that experience that they always talk about? Or do you think that they're trying to make this a 1-2 punch and keep it James and Joel, the James and Joel show? Joel and James? The Joel and James show. There we go.
Joel and James sound like some type of liquor, boy.
Right.
Got that J&J in my cup.
Joel and James. That bourbon.
Bottom and James.
Brand new malt liquor. Well, Embiid, he's in the same he's kind of in the same boat. I can't say Bradley Beal, they're not that bad. But it just seems like to quote Shaq, his others like Tobias Harris, and James Harden didn't show up for him. It's like when he needed those guys to ball out and to be, to carry their load. It just didn't pan out. So I mean, I don't think he would leave because I think he really loves Philly and Philly loves him. But I don't know. Miss Williams sounds like a business opportunity. J&J Bourbon. Yes.
Man, they need to capitalize on it. Philly's
on. Need to capitalize on that. Maybe proceeds to go to the Craig Shields Foundation. J&J Bourbon.
Come on.
Drink up for the kids.
We came up with We drinking for the juniors, huh?
Drinking
what?
We drinking for the juniors. Ain't that something?
I like that. That's a good ass ad.
Drinking for those who can't. No.
Right.
What about you, Sadal? Do you think that Joel Embiid is tired of trusting the process?
Man, it's gonna be tough. You know, it's that it comes down to that window of opportunity, man. You know, and if his window of opportunity to win a championship meets his window of opportunity to make money, it may be bye Philly. You know,
when I think about it, I think the organization of Philadelphia and the fan, I think they made a mistake with Ben Simmons. I think they should have really. Yes, I'm saying yeah. Y'all look at me like I'm crazy. Yes, I think they really.
I'm just waiting for the explanation. That's all.
I think they really should have got behind Ben Simmons and built him up. Even though he was being the ass that he was being, saying they should have gave him some more string, some more whatever to let him come around and be a player there, because I believe that they could have actually won with Ben Simmons, but now they're scrambling right now to find somebody to be the number 2, and we all know history shows that Harden fades in the playoffs. What happened to Tobias Harris in the playoffs last year? It's like, who are the role players in Philly? I don't even know who's on that roster outside of them 3 people. That's the crazy thing about it. I'm trying to think of some other players on their squad off the top of my head, and I can't even. I gotta go pull up the team roster. I gotta go.
And Ben Simmons is going to be the answer. I don't think. I think your explanation is a team explanation, and that's great. But I think his problem was mental, and Philly fans of all sports, they are hard on their own team.
Yeah,
and he couldn't take it mentally, and so he started to go in his cocoon, and I don't think the team can help him with that one.
Tyrese Maxey, my bad. I'm sorry. Tyrese Maxey is a big bright spot on that squad. But go right here. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Maxey. Yeah, he has emerged in the playoffs.
Maxey is a bright spot on that squad. But it was just what I was saying about the Philly, the whole fanfare. They chew you up and they spit you out. You're right. He couldn't handle it mentally. He couldn't handle that. And I think if they would have got behind him a little bit instead of tearing him a new asshole, you know what I'm saying? Maybe it would have worked out. But I really see Ben Simmons having a breakout year next year because all the love that he's going to receive from Brooklyn. From Brooklyn with KD and Kyrie, they're going to embrace him. The fans are going to embrace him. He's going to have a real good season next year just because he needs somebody to be on his team. He needs somebody to show him that we belong here, and I just think
that's a great story.
It is what it is.
That's a great story if Kyrie decides to stay.
We're gonna put a pin in that right there. We're gonna circle on back around to that later. I just want to get into one final trade that happened a couple hours ago, in a shocker probably to San Antonio fans. Dejounte, is that how you say his name? Dejounte Murray was traded to the Atlanta Hawks for Danilo Gallinari, who's been around for a long time now, and multiple picks. No specific number, but multiple. So
the Hawks gave up everything.
Oh, wow. So with this acquisition of Dejounte Murray, you still got Trae Young and I just forgot his name. No, John Collins is no longer on the team, right? John Collins the second. He's still there. Okay, cool. Thank you, Smoooth, from behind the curtain. So with this building of a young three-piece core. Do you believe that with this, Atlanta might have an extra additional piece to possibly go all the way within the next, since I like that number so much, within the next 5 seasons?
I don't know. I just think Atlanta gave up a lot for him. You know, you gave up. Look what they gave up. They gave, just like you said, they gave up Gallinari. They gave up 3 first-round picks. The Hawks are sending the 2023 first-round pick via Charlotte, plus their own 2025 and 2027 first-round picks to the Spurs. All that for a shooting guard / point guard. You know, I mean, it's like I don't know. I just think that was a lot to give up. You putting a lot of pressure on this dude to show up into Atlanta, and if it don't work out, you're gonna try to make it seem like he, you know.
It's his fault.
I don't know. I'm a big Trae Young fan, but that's just I'm a fan of picks. I think, you know, you build your future. You know, you find those diamonds in the rough. You find those pool parties. You know what I'm saying? Them Jordan pools. You know, you pick up them players that, you know, develop through your system. You know, so I don't know.
Klay Thompson and Draymond Green are great examples of that. Sadal, I saw you shaking your head. No, what you got to say, brother?
Absolutely, because I agree, Craig, on this. When you give up those picks, you're gonna run into a situation like Philly, like we just talked about with Philly. Who are the role players? Who's gonna be helping these guys out? And when you give up those picks, that's essentially what you're doing. What you're saying is, hey, you already got the role players in place. Do they? Do they have the role players? Do they have those players in place? You know, and not everybody can be the LA Rams and say F them picks and then just pick up players off the street and in lower rounds and win championships. You just can't do it.
That is very, very true. I look at it like this. This may be a good start in the right direction for Atlanta, especially with free agency starting either today or coming soon. So I say keep your ear to the ground for that team. I give them 5 years. That's the number around here. 5. 5 is the magic number. I want to circle back now to a team that we were just speaking about, the Brooklyn Nets. You know, they've been in the news a little bit, just a smidge the past couple weeks, you know, with that one player over there, Kyrie Irving. I don't know if you guys remember him. Everyone tried to say he won the 2016.
I don't know. It's hard to remember when he doesn't play a lot.
Right. So,
hey, man, I like Kyrie, man. Leave Kyrie alone. We
have been on an NBA soap opera. I'll call it As the Ball Bounces. Just in Brooklyn alone, that's where we'll set this. There's a player by the name of Kyrie Irving who it was first reported that new contract talks had plateaued. They had become stagnant. They were believing that he would not stay with the Brooklyn Nets. And then the report came out that there were about 6 teams that were on this man's list, the top 3 being the Lakers, the Knicks, and I believe it was either the Sixers or the Clippers. And then the report escalates further to say that none of those teams are eyeing Kyrie except for one team, that one team being the Los Angeles Lakers, who have such players as Anthony Davis, Russell Westbrook, and LeBron James. Y'all know LeBron, right? The king, man, you know, LeBron James.
All that fluff is them talking heads. They got to create storylines just to hate on my man Kyrie. It's like Stephen A. Smith. He's another talking head just to make his numbers pop up. They gotta down Kyrie and make it seem like Kyrie's doing this and doing that. Man, Kyrie is just himself. He's a butterfly. Let him fly. Let him fly. Leave him alone and let him fly. He'll do the right thing. They just trying to make storylines. Them damn talking heads. Get on my damn nerves. Always hating on Kyrie. But go right ahead. I'm sorry.
I mean,
I don't know about that, man, because
let,
I
yeah,
mean,
Man,
just look at the
let's
facts
say
here.
right there. Is
Look
it
how
is
many
it
games
truly
he
hate?
played with for Brooklyn, man. He's supposed to be the 1/3 of the big three with Harden, himself, and KD, and he's for one reason or the other
we can't
hasn't
respect
played a lot of the games.
this man's rights not to take the vaccine. Is it our fault that the state of New York sucks, or New York City sucks with their laws, and they wouldn't let him play because they had that COVID, you can't play without having the vaccine? I mean, we gotta respect that. I mean,
Yeah.
I support Kyrie because he stood his ground. I mean, he said, no, I'm not taking it, and I'm staying right here in my lane.
And I
Y'all wait.
respect that too. I
I mean,
want to give credence to that. I respect his right to not be able to take the vaccine.
Mm-hmm. I
But
definitely did stand
the
up for
fact
himself.
still remains. The fact still remains, for one reason or the other, he was not available. And so I think he may go to a situation where he's able to play more games, let's put it that way. And, may not have the kind of restrictions that he had before, and play somewhere else. And it didn't help that he had a blah attitude when the team got swept out of the playoffs, where it's like, we'll give him next time. It's like, what?
I just wanna say this. The past 3 seasons, Kyrie has played a total of, if my math is not mistaken, which it ain't, 103 games. Where one season alone is 82. So he has played 1.25 seasons over a 3-year time span. Mr. Blac, can you still say that this is just hate, or is this justified? Is this justified
What you
criticism?
just said was a bunch of hate. Yes, exactly what it was. Those stats you read off were more of that Stephen A. Skip Bayless talking head hate on my man Kyrie. I mean, when he's on the floor, he produces. Now, him being hurt, you get hurt. You can't play, The biggest thing that was going down right now, we're talking about this vaccine. He sat out. He didn't want to play. Stephen A. rode him like a Dallas cowgirl on Brokeback Mountain. You know what I'm saying? Just kept riding him and riding him and riding. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, leave the man alone. He made his decision. The state of New York is not with it. So it happened. Before that, those other games, he may be difficult in the locker room because he's a different spirit. You can tell he's not. Him and KD are of the same mind frame. KD is a sensitive superstar, and so is Kyrie. So it's like, let them play in their little sandbox. I mean, sometimes, they're both alpha males on the court, but they play together well. I'm just saying it just seems to be a lot of negativity for my man Kyrie Irving, and it has nothing to do with basketball. It's all about his personal being. You can't change a man.
I cannot say that. I cannot say it has nothing to do with basketball, because when you from the time he has entered the league, he has written checks that his mouth has written checks that he simply cannot cash. Every team he's been to, he says he wants to be here for the long run. The long run has not lasted past 5 years. Well, I'll say past 10 years. He gave Cleveland 1, 2, 3. He gave them 6. So he gave Cleveland 6 years. I'll give him that. But it's never lasted past 5 years. This is the most he's given a team since he's been in Cleveland. And he's only been there for 3 years. This is the most he's given a team. He'll come out and then when things don't go his way, or when the team isn't doing what either the fans project, the analysts project, or what they believe they'll do, it's never a claim of responsibility. It's always and he has said this, quote, "I don't owe this city blank." Y'all remember that when he said that about Boston and then got on up out of there? and then Boston came back to give him that good old 4-0 sweep. We'll get to that too. So, you know, when you look at that, you can't really fault a team or a fan base for not being totally behind their player or totally having faith in said player or wanting that player to be on the team. If you're not coming to do what we're paying you to do, you can leave. But what you can't do is sit here and try to ask for more money.
He opted in. He's going to be there. He's going to be in Brooklyn for the next year. He opted in. He took he's playing. He's there. So
for now,
I mean, for now, I mean, it is what it is. I said at the beginning, he's a butterfly. He got to fly away sometimes. He can't be there he can't be there more than 5, 6, 7 seasons. Him and LeBron had their little issue, so he got up out of Cleveland. Didn't like the way LeBron said something bad to him in the locker room. He got up out of there. Boston, hey, we all know Boston has some issues in that city. You know, Boston can be Boston. So if you're not an NBA player, who lives in Boston if you're not in the NBA? What? Anybody? I mean, New Edition. I think they moved out of Boston. I mean, what? I mean, who?
Jeez, bro.
Come on now. I mean,
Boston viewers. Yo.
What? I mean,
I don't really care about Boston sports either, so I can't.
Yeah, I mean, come on now. Only reason we like Boston now is because of Jason Tatum. I mean, come on. Sure. If Jason Tatum wasn't in Boston right now, would it even be a factor? I mean, come on now. It's not one of our cities. How about that?
All right, so cool. I just want to dial it back real quick. We were talking about the Kyrie conversation about the teams that he would go to, and the front runner and solo runner was the LA Lakers with his former teammate and championship teammate, only championship he's gotten in the NBA, LeBron James. So when it seemed that he was going to LA, that the move was imminent, I wanted to pose this question. If Kyrie went to LA, would that have settled the LeBron versus KD debate? So, dog, I'm going to ask you first because I know me and Mr. Blac are going to be here a minute. So, dog, would that have solidified this LeBron versus KD debate? If
you mean
Kyrie
who's better?
To LA?
You know who's better or something like that?
Mm-hmm.
There was no debate to begin with. LeBron James is better. What's the debate here? What's the debate here? What's here to talk about?
I mean, there are some people.
LeBron's the better. We're arguing. The better argument is LeBron versus Jordan. Now we're talking about LeBron KD. That's not even a discussion.
What is? Oh my God.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
You know what I'm trying to figure out is how do you even try to put LeBron next to Michael Jordan? How do we disrespect Kobe Bryant like that? That's the first thing. How do we do that? I mean, that's my first thing. Now, LeBron versus KD is I'm not a LeBron fan, but I must say this. I have to give it to LeBron right now. Currently, he has an edge over KD. And the only reason I'm giving him this edge is because of the ring count. How many LeBron? LeBron has 3.
Oh, of them things.
LeBron has 4?
Yep.
KD has 2.
KD got 2.
He got 2. 4 and 2.
He didn't get on his own, but we're not going to go there.
He was the best player on the team that won it every year. Those 2 years.
You know, I since you want to bring that up, you know what? I'm gonna let you finish. I'm just waiting on that one. I was waiting on that one. I'm gonna let you finish. I'm gonna let you finish.
But you know, it's when you bring up that debate between LeBron and KD, you gotta look at the sample size. LeBron has been in the league since he was 2 effing years old. Come on now, it's like he played 1 billion games. When y'all try to compare him to anybody else, to Kobe, to Mike, it's like LeBron's sample size is like he has an unfair advantage because he has been there so long, and he's lost a lot out of all the opportunities he's had. How many times he's been to the final? How many times have he lost? That's the biggest debate that you get from the Jordan fans. Did Jordan lose a game 7? I'm not even a Jordan fan. I mean, I got some people on my stream like he's giving Jordan praise right now. What am I doing?
He didn't need no game 7.
I mean,
he didn't need no game 7.
He didn't. I mean, it's like, come on now. It's high. I just look at all the games all the time LeBron has been in the league, and it's like, he's been there. He is consistent, but he's not a consistent at one thing. Consistent winner. I mean, he got the bubble championship, and I put an asterisk beside that. Shout out to my dudes, Some Wild Catz. They mad at me right now because I put an asterisk beside his bubble champ. Yes, I do, because that wasn't. That's like our Washington, formerly the Redskins, when they won that title during the strike year when they had the replacements. I mean, it's an asterisk beside it. You just can't call that a clean cut championship.
That's Doug Williams Super Bowl, man.
Hey, man, you can't call it a clean cut championship, man. It is what it is. I love Doug. We should do something better than the goddamn front office that he's doing here. But anyway, it's like, I'll let you go, man. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. You talk about KD being the best player on those 2 championship teams. It's easy to get your shine on when the double teams on the Splash Brothers. It's easy to get your shine on. He ain't been able to get the shine on like that since. He has been streaky ever since he left Golden State. Yeah, he'll perform, but when it gets down to the playoffs, he's not making it. He's getting to the same level he was getting in OKC. He just can't get over that hump. He's not gonna get over that hump. Only reason he got over that hump is because he went to the team that he could not beat and then decided to join. Y'all remember that? Tried to say LeBron did the same thing. Shut up. No, he didn't.
He did. Well, go ahead. I'm sorry.
There's a difference between joining a team to beat a team and joining the team that beat you. Big difference. It's a difference between getting over the hump and becoming the hump.
Okay,
it's a difference between trying to set a standard and joining a standard, right?
But you set a standard by putting together 4 of the best NBA players on one team. You have Chris Bosh, Ray Allen, Dwayne Wade, LeBron James. So
you got Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Kevin Durant. For the sake of this argument, I'll throw him in too. Draymond Green.
You're gonna say Draymond Green. You actually gonna disrespect NBA and say that?
Okay, before this last show, defense was on, man. I don't know what happened this year.
Come on, man. I just don't. I can't. What you're saying to me right now is that, okay, KD, they spaced the floor, okay, but he had to knock down the shots. The year before, when LeBron was there, those shots wasn't getting knocked down. When they lost to Kyrie and them shots wasn't getting locked down. He came in and he knocked down the shots. He was the MVP during the finals. I think it was both years, wasn't it? Yeah, he was knocking down the shot. He was. I mean, it's like you can say they spaced it out, but you still got to hit the damn shot. I mean, he was wide open just last year when he lost. The year before last when he lost to the damn Bucks, but his big toe was on the line. I mean, he knocked down the shot. It's like, I just, everybody is on KD just because he went to the Warriors, because he went to a winning team, a team that beat him. I don't know.
It's the way he left.
Because nobody has done that. Nobody has done that.
Was in question, though.
Now, if LeBron would have went to the Celtics, I'd give you this argument hands down. LeBron didn't go to the Celtics. LeBron went to beat the Celtics, and then he's beaten the Celtics every time since. Every time. When it matters, beating the Celtics. Beat them in 2018, proceeded to get swept, but, beat them in 2018. Yeah, no, that was 2017. Man. My apologies. Beat him in 2017. Give KD his respect. All right. Hey, Jayonce, we'll just remove the fact that you a Nets fan, because he wouldn't say that if he was still on the Warriors. Anywho, we just gonna move that out of there. Love you though. So I lost my train of thought. She done threw me off. So when you look at LeBron and you look at Kevin Durant and you look at what they can do with Kyrie on their team in the playoffs, LeBron. When's the last time LeBron got a 4-0 exit in the first round? 4-0, like not one win. He was probably 19.
When LeBron James played on a team that didn't have two other superstars on his squad.
That 2018 Cavalier team.
Yeah. Yep.
It wasn't. It was LeBron and the Cavaliers.
The 2018. Wasn't Kevin Love there? Or was he hurt?
Are you gonna call Kevin?
So we can't say
let's say all-star. How about that? Let's say Kevin Love is an all-star. How about that? All-star.
Draymond Green's not an all-star?
Yep. He was in the all-star game.
Come on, man. You can't have it both ways, brother.
I guess you got me there.
Can't have you. Nah.
We got a report out of the back room says Draymond Green would be a Hall of Famer. And he probably will.
He will be. They'll give it to him.
Hall of Famer broadcaster, but go right ahead. Podcaster.
No, they'll give him the Hall of Fame. They will give him the Hall of Fame.
Don't do my man Draymond like that, brother.
Do him dirty, didn't he? Real quick, can everyone see me and hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yes, we can.
Okay, all right.
Are we going? This is my man Marvin Crump. Are we going to excuse Jordan's 84 to 89 years? Love Jordan, but he was smacked around before winning in 91. Oh yeah, you're right. You know what? He was.
That's a good point.
He was beat down. Yeah.
The one thing he didn't leave his team. He didn't leave the team. He stayed with that team, and he won 6 rings with that same team, and didn't skip town to go to another super team. That's why Jordan is the GOAT.
Like LeBron James. You're right. That's why
Jordan's
Jordan.
the GOAT.
No, that's why Bill Russell's the GOAT. Followed up by Kareem. Go right ahead.
I can't say nothing about that.
Yeah, I have nothing to say about that. But I brought it up to say that LeBron is better than KD. All right. And there's no debate about it. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you all for tuning in. As long as you have thus far, this is the Man Cave, a subsidiary of the Platform Sports Talk Show. We shut it down every last Wednesday of the month. I want to thank you all for tuning in via Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, watching us on Roku. How y'all doing? And listening to us on Hot 365 Radio. For our Hot 365 Radio listeners, this show will end via that stream at 9:00 on the dot, but you can check us out on Facebook, where we will keep the show going. We have had a great show so far, and there is nowhere for this show to go but up. I'm experiencing technical difficulties, but I'm gonna keep it going. I can't see y'all, but you can see me. Can you see me?
We can hear you clear. We got you.
See you froze, but we can hear you.
You can see me froze, but you can hear me. Okay.
Yeah, you good. You good. Keep talking.
All right. I'm gonna keep on talking. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a special guest this evening. If you have seen our promotions over the past 24 to 36, maybe the last 48 hours, you'll know exactly what we're talking about. So I'm not gonna waste any more time. I'm gonna go ahead and bring this young man on in. I'm gonna talk about his bio first. Ladies and gentlemen, our actual inaugural guest right here on the Man Cave is a son of the city, a St. Louis native. Yes.
Gotta take a little pause there, Jump the gun a little bit, man.
I jumped the gun.
Yeah, man. Jump the gun, man.
When we get the red light from the production.
The red light, man.
Yeah, they're in our ear. They like hold him up 1 second. Hold him up 1 second on the introduction. Okay. Hold him up on the introduction.
He's still arriving in the limo.
Yeah, yeah. She's just pulling up. The Maybach is pulling up right now. It's pulling up.
Okay, all
The
right. My
Maybach
apologies.
limo.
I'm flying blind here, y'all. I ain't even gonna fake the funk. I'm gonna keep it 100. We keep it 100 here on the Man Cave. I'm flying blind. Stevie Wonder is my pilot, and Ray Charles is my co-pilot. I'm flying blind out here.
Hey, my man
Can't-
Marvin Crumpler said Bron took Booby Gibson to the finals of 2006. Huh? Okay. All right. I forgot about Booby Gibson, old Keisha Cole beating dude.
Right.
Wait a minute.
That's terrible. We don't condone any type of
We do not
violence.
condone any violence
We
here
don't
on the
any
Man
type
Cave.
of domestic violence. We're not saying that in any type of way. You got to cover both ends. We're just talking about him being an idiot for what he did to the beautiful Keisha Cole. Okay, real quick. You got to
I
be.
love me some Keisha Cole. She blocks a lot of St. Louis people on Twitter when they talk mess, but I still love her though. She ain't blocked me, so I'm still here.
All right. Miss Williams said Jordan was great, but he also had a great supporting cast on the Bulls. I don't know that LeBron has had a great supporting cast on most of his teams, especially on the Cavs. Well, I mean, he had the years with just talked about the Heat and had like Hall of Famers on the team pretty much.
Yeah.
And then you had those years with the Cavs. You had Kyrie and Love at one point. He
had Tristan Thompson on that squad. Who else was on those squads in Cleveland? Even Dwayne Wade came there for a hot minute. Yeah. I don't know. I just look at it. LeBron James is like I know a couple of fans that actually just follow him around the league, and I hate fans like that. I got an issue with fans like that. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. For one week they're a Cleveland fan when he's with Cleveland. Next week they're in Miami. They're down South Beach hanging out because he's in Miami. And now they done moved to the West Coast. Now they're in LA because LeBron is in LA. Come on now, man. What are you doing? Where's the loyal? My Wizards are terrible, and I'm with the Wizards organization until I'm not here no more. They are what they are, and I'm not floating around to follow some players. I like individual players, but I'm not going to just sit here and just leave my team because of this one player. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I mean, it's crazy to me. I call those jock jumpers. That's what they are. They're jock jumpers. Yes, they are. They jump to the jock of that player every time he goes somewhere else, man. But I don't know. My Washington Wizards are in turmoil right now. I don't think that we will ever, in my lifetime, before I leave this beautiful earth, see another championship. The last one we won was in 1977. Now I can tell you what grade I was in then.
Wow.
Yeah. I can tell you how old I was then.
Right.
But I'm not going to sit here and date myself, but it's just it's bad, man. And I ain't gonna lie. I wish I did have somebody like a LeBron or a KD or a Steph Curry or a Kyrie Irving or even a James Harden. I wish we could have got some of those players that come through over the years, to get us to some, I think our best times when Larry Hughes was my man Larry was down here in DC with right. Mike. When Mike, came out of his retirement, you know what I'm saying? During those years and also who else? Gilbert Arenas before he
Gilbert Arenas.
Before this dummy pulled out his gun in the locker room, you know what I'm saying? And he got hurt too, he was hurt. He got hurt too, that knee injury. But it's just it's terrible. It's hard being a fan, man. It's just like with my football. It's all the DMV sports. It wasn't for them damn Capitals and them Mystics. It would be crazy.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I guess we're ready to bring.
I think we're ready, Craig.
I think we're ready to bring our special guests in. Yes, we are. All right, so we're gonna bring in my man, a son of the city out of St. Louis, Missouri. Yes, he is he attended CBC High School. He also I'm gonna leave it right there because I can't read the rest of this because the writing's too small. But he went to CBC High School. He was a linebacker of the year. He went to the Loyola Academy of St. Louis. Went to Missouri Western State University in St. Joseph. Majored in pre-physical therapy. Played defensive back and return specialist. He was named the MWSU 2017 Male Student Athlete of the Year. Smart as well. All conference second team. Academic honor roll through his college and postgraduate scholarship recipient. Man, y'all give it up one time for the Houston Texans defensive back out of St. Louis, Missouri, my man Jonathan Owens. Hope I did you some justice there, bro. Hope I did you some justice. That was on the fly, man. Reading off my phone, man.
Man, I appreciate you, Mr.
I'll
Blac.
turn it back over to Mr. Stan.
Can everybody see? Can everybody hear me?
Yes, we got
you, man.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, like Mr. Blac said, we've got Jonathan Owens in the man cave. Mr. Owens, it's a pleasure to have you on as our inaugural guest on the man cave. How's your day been, man? How you feeling?
Man, it's been pretty good, man. Got to work out in earlier. Just got done getting a massage, so I'm feeling nice right now.
All right,
that's good. That's
need
good.
me one of them. That's what I need. Yeah.
I'm gonna save the obvious joke right there. I'm gonna save it. I'm not gonna do that.
Don't do it.
I'm not gonna do it.
Don't worry. My lady was sitting right there. Don't worry. We got
yes.
There you go. There you go.
There we go. There we
go.
Good
answer.
All right.
When I get caught up, that's good.
Mr. Owens, it is an honor to have you on the show. It's always an honor when we can bring in a St. Louis native that has reached that next level. We always like to give flowers here at the Platform Sports Talk Show here at the Man Cave here on Ladies Night. We love to give our flowers to our own and to those that deserve it. So we want to commend you on all that you have achieved so far, but we want to take it on back. We're going to take it back to the beginning. Please tell us about the moment you fell in love with sports.
Honestly, I was a basketball player growing up my whole life. I probably started playing basketball when I was 8. I didn't like contact sports at all. And then actually I got stung by I had some bees in the back of my basketball hoop, and I was shooting, I hit the backboard and they came out and stung me, man. And then I swapped playing outside sports and like basketball for the longest. And my sister, she just like kind of told me like, yeah, we're going to go get some ice cream or something. And we show up and like I'm at a football like tryout basically for the age 12 group. And I get out there and I'm like the fastest guy on the field, and like the coaches are talking to my sister, telling her like, oh, I think we can do something with him. And I'm just like, going out there just having fun, running around with the kids. And just started to progress from there. I actually started playing running back, and I used to try to score every time I touched the ball because I was just faster than everybody, but I didn't want to hit a soul. I would run right out of bounds. Like if the touchdown wasn't there, I'm running straight out of bounds. So I guess right around 12, football started to become fun for me, and it was easy for me to make friends. So that's really kind of what's kept me in it at the young age. I didn't really start to notice like that I could really do something with it probably until like my junior year of college. To be honest, I was more of like a late bloomer. I just was playing it for fun, and I was able to get a full scholarship to college, so that's what really motivated me to keep playing. But probably my junior year was when I realized I could take it to the next level.
Okay, all right. Now you had mentioned they told you that you were going to get ice cream, and then you somehow ended up at a football tryout. Like, was that within the same time? Like, let's go get ice cream. Hi, psych. You trying out for football. Did you actually get the ice cream?
I didn't. No. All I had was my sister. She snuck a mouthpiece. She had a mouthpiece in the car for me. But at the time she was dating one of the coaches for the younger team. So he's pretty high up in the organization. So it wasn't anything out of the ordinary for me to see him, So when I ended up getting to the practice, and she's like, "No, go ahead, go out there and run." Like, and I didn't even have on cleats. I was just in regular tennis shoes, and I was beating all the kids in the sprints. And so I guess that's when the coaches saw it before I did, and told my sister like, "Yeah, you need to bring him back out here and get him fitted up for equipment." And at the time, I wasn't a big fan of football. Like, I was just completely basketball, but it worked out for me, so I can't. I don't have any complaints about it.
Okay, so when you attended Loyola, were you on the football team in Loyola, or did they have a football team?
They didn't have one, so it was just a private all boys school. So I went there 7th and 8th grade, but they had Basketball for sure. So I played basketball both years that I was there, and we'll go to football practice at like 6:30, I think. So they had like mandatory after school program until like 4 o'clock or something. So I would just go straight from there. Boom. I would drive out probably about 30 minutes to St. Peter's. I was playing with the Mid Rivers organization at the time. I would drive out to St. Peter's for practice, and so that was pretty much my routine and my schedule for those 2 years in middle school.
Okay. And then from Loyola, you went on to attend CBC, Christian Brothers College, for those that don't know, here in the St. Louis area. Outside of playing football, were you also on the basketball team at CBC as well?
I played my freshman year, and then I don't know, I kind of lost the love for it. Honestly, guys are kind of starting to get taller, and I was only about 5'8", 5'9" at the time, so it became realistic to me. And then my sophomore year, I was just playing, like I was just a manager or something, just so I could stay on the team. So I would just sometimes record the games for them or do something so I could, my friends played. So I was thinking like, okay, next year I'll just go and play varsity, just because I always been able to jump, so I could dunk. And guys are like, bro, why aren't you playing? Like, I'm just like, I don't know. It's not really concern for me right now. But I saw Brad Beal play. We played him in the district championship game, and that was like the moment for me where I realized what the NBA was. It was his senior year, and he was like, he's like number 3 player in the nation, and he drops like 50 points or something, like something stupid. Hits like a half court shot to send it in overtime, and then in overtime he like takes over, scores 15 points, and like I'll never forget, they're up 15. He blocked someone's 3-pointer with like 10 seconds left, like, he's still going all out hard. Blocks someone's 3-pointer, and then takes it and goes to the other end and like reverse dunks it right in front of our student section. And I was like, yep, okay. That's like, that was the moment for me where I realized what NBA was. So I focused on football after that.
Yeah. I like how he said he was 5'8", 5'9", while everyone else was, getting taller. And here I am at 28 being 5'9". So damn. Jeez. All right.
No shots, man. No
short
shots.
Is cool.
So you went on to play football. Tell us about that experience, high school football playing for CBC.
So I actually came in my freshman year. I was playing receiver and cornerback. So, but I was more so offense. I wanted to score touchdowns. I still didn't want anything to do with contact. So that was just kind of my game. And my sophomore year, that's usually at CBC, they don't really let freshmen play varsity unless you just, come in killing, because, it's private schools. So guys are working out, they're developed, you know what I mean? So my sophomore year, I start playing running back. In the first practice, man, I get killed. Like, man, knock my mouthpiece out, my chin strap off, I cut my lip. And I actually told my mom, like, that day, this was like the first practice and pass. I told my mom, like, I don't think football is gonna be for me. Like, I just told her, like, I really didn't want to play anymore. And she called one of my cousins who was a coach too, like, you need to talk to him. He's not gonna quit. So they ended up talking me out of it that day, and I went back out, and we had like it was like a jamboree or something, and I think I took a touchdown for like 80. And then that's when my coach is like, see, I knew it was a reason, like, that we kept you at running back. And still in my head, I didn't want to block. I just like, man, just give me the ball on a toss or something, But going from there, my junior year, I'm still expecting to play offense. And I actually dislocated my pinky in the jamboree the next year. So I ended up sitting down for like 2 weeks. And at that time, I actually was a starting receiver. And I'm down, I can't catch the ball. And then my guy, Arion Penn, he was, amazing athlete, same class as me. And he ends up like.
Can I interrupt you? Is that George Penton's?
Yeah, that's his son.
All the Styles clothing, George Penton, right?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, okay. That was great. Well, go right ahead. I'm sorry, I mean to interrupt you. I had to make that correlation. I had to bring that together. But go right ahead.
He was the truth in high school. Like,
he would score every time he touched the ball. Like,
And
he was a
we
monster.
played the same position. So, you know, the coach
Mhm.
told me, like, respectfully, he's hot right now. Like, I'm not gonna change anything up, and I respected that. And we had an outside linebacker. He was ineligible, like just became ineligible because he transferred from a school. So then he ended up telling me, like, man, you're too athletic for me not to have you somewhere. So what about playing this outside linebacker spot? Mind you, I'm still not a physical guy, so I'm like, I don't know, but I guess I can play. So I end up pretty much starting at outside linebacker with like a week of practice. And my junior year is pretty much just kind of a learning experience for me. Realizing how to deal with linemen, and we played a 3-4, so I would either be walked out over the slot and like playing man to man, which was easy for me because I could just run. You know, I would run all day, but like corn and blitzing, that just wasn't me. I'm like, I'd rather not deal with linemen. Like, so I would just make my friend, like, every time we would get the call, we would know which linebacker would be out in coverage. So I was like, yeah, bro, you just go rush. Like, I don't. And actually, that's what caught my college coach's eye, was because I was in coverage a lot. And he's like, well, you kind of have a safety body, so, you know, let's try you there. So when Missouri Western starts recruiting me my senior year, I'm getting better at outside linebacker. And but I guess I showed a couple flashes of open field tackling coverage. And Missouri Western offered me, and I'm thinking I'm going there to play receiver still. And man, he's like sends me to the safety room, and I've never played safety in my life. So like getting to understand playing in space, that was like the biggest transition for me, because I was always either a corner or I played offense. You know, outside
That's a
linebacker,
hell
you're
of a
more so,
transition.
man.
That's
People
Man,
don't
that is a
understand, man.
serious
It's
transition right there.
space is different. You have to know how to, like, I didn't know how to play in the post, like being a post safety. My eyes were bad, you know, and it took me a while to adjust. That's why I say probably about my junior year of college was when I realized, like, okay, like I'm able to run with it pretty much anybody, and I started to gain more confidence in like coming in and tackling because I was getting bigger, stronger. So once I was able to, like, I would feel like, okay, I can actually, like, if I just run at people and don't stop my feet, and you know, I could really hit people, you know. And I have friends that tell me, like, bro, just do that every time, you know, and just instilling that confidence in me. And you know, I became more physical and blossomed as a safety, I guess you could say.
Man, you a dog. That's why I transitioned like that, man. You were straight up. It takes a real athlete to go from a position that late in your career, from high school to college. You know what I'm saying, on that level,
Yeah, man, it's
and to stand out. You know, and not just to be a mediocre player, to stand out in that, man. That's a testament to your work ethic and who you are as a straight up athlete, man.
gotta
That's
adjust, man. That's life,
yeah,
you know.
yeah. That's what it
That's what that
is.
taught
Man, man. Try to teach my son that, man. It's a life lesson on that football field. It's a regular life every day. You got to be able to adjust,
me.
be able to shake and move, be able to, you know, put on any hats you got to put on just to deal with
Exactly.
all different types of people, man. That's real. But
yes, sir.
you kind of hit on what my question was. I was going to ask you how it was for you to transition from that position to that position. But can you talk about a little bit after, you know, your transition out of college? Now you're in the college, and you know you made the transition. You playing safety. Talk about that trip from college into your first NFL look, the first look you got at the
So right after the season ended, my senior year, I, like, in my eyes and my teammates' eyes, I was the best safety in like our conference for sure. And it's crazy, I ended up getting second team our conference, and like they gave it to the guys who were on the undefeated team, you know. And it's our team. We were like 4-7, but I like led in all like certain categories. I was leading punt returner in the conference, like, and I got second team. So that was just like, you know, pissed me off. And I'm like, man, what is teams gonna think about that? Like, you know, you from D2 school, so you're supposed to like dominate and have all the accolades and all American this and that, you know. So my agent actually didn't. He hit me up maybe mid-December. I had a few guys talking to me, but they were just local training, and I had seen guys who did that and just stayed at school to train, and they were just really didn't work out for them. So I had a conversation with my agent, I actually didn't even, I checked my Facebook messages. Like I never checked my Facebook messages. And it just so happened, like I looked and it was like 3 days ago, like a guy named Darren messaged me. He's like, interested in you. Like if you don't have representation, like contact me. This is my number. And I end up hitting him back. Got on the phone the next day and he's like, yeah, man, I want to get you on a flight to Arlington and have you trained down here in Fort Worth. And, you know, he got me in contact with the strength coach at the facility. And this was all within a week of me, you know, responding back to him. And so this is, I think New Year's was when I actually like signed the agent contract with him. And then like the second, I was flying down to Fort Worth. And it was actually my first time on a plane ever. So that was like, I was terrified. Like I'm leaving my mom, you know, I really haven't been out of my bubble of like Missouri for real. So it was crazy to see something new, you know, and we ended up going down to Fort Worth and I'm training. I'm at this facility with a bunch of like D1 dudes, you know, so yeah, guys from LSU, like Alabama, like South Alabama, like all these just D1 schools. I think it was maybe me and like 4 other guys who were from a D2. And I'm there and I'm just kind of sizing these guys up and they're my same height. Like I'm actually faster than some of the guys. Like I'm working out, I'm lifting more than some of the guys. And I'm thinking to myself, like, what's the difference? Like, what is, you know, being at a D2 school, you always have those thoughts like, can I play a D1? Like, man, these, you know, guys at these big schools, you know, they always talk about like the athletic curve, you know, but as I'm there training with them, man, these guys are like, it's just like they regular to me, you know, they're human, you know, and I actually end up like surpassing like a lot of the guys in the training and coming out from the pro day and everything, I end up having actually the highest vertical in my whole draft class from a D2 school. I jumped 43 and a half. And that was really, that was really like the moment for me where I realized like, okay, I definitely have a shot here, you know, and
them youngest call them bunnies now. They call them bunnies. Yeah, that's the youngest say. They got them bunnies.
Them bunnies.
People I went to high school with know, man. I used to walk around with ankle weights on all day at school. That was mine. And I randomly bust out some calf raises just standing. And it actually worked out for me, you know, it was crazy.
Yeah.
But like I said, ended up having a great pro day. That went solid for me. I'm talking to a bunch of guys, and Arizona was there, and they ended up bringing me on a Arizona and Cleveland brought me in on official 30 visits, so the top 30 prospects. So that felt very good to, you know, be flown out by an NFL team and go tour facilities. And, you know, I've never been in Cleveland before, so I thought that was amazing. And I went from Cleveland, and Cleveland was gray. Man, it looked like St. Louis, man. It was gray. This is like end of March, like beginning of April. It's muggy, like kind of cold, and then the next day I end up flying to Arizona, and I get to Arizona and it's like 82 degrees, no humidity, perfect weather. It's mountains everywhere. Like I'm seeing the sunset. It was just beautiful, and I'm thinking to myself, like, man, if I get to come here, like, and I had always heard about like Arizona State, like party school, so that was just, you know, that piqued my interest. So man, I ends up, you know, get to the draft, and I'm hearing, you know, my agents like, man, we think you're gonna get drafted, you know, late round. Arizona's telling me 6th round. They looking to try to get me. So, you know, I'm excited, thinking about just taking that step. And at 6th round comes around, Arizona don't pick me, and I'm like, man, now I don't want to get drafted by somebody just random, like, because at this point, I want to pick where I want to go. You know, I didn't want to go somewhere cold, like, so I'm just praying, like, okay, now I hope, like, Minnesota or something don't call my name, because then I'm like, oh, my God, I got to stay in cold longer, you know. I go undrafted, man, and, like, that's the first place. It was between Arizona and Cleveland, and I already knew, like, where I was going to go. So I told my agent, like, yeah, that's going to be the
Let me ask you a question about that draft, man. Did that, with you not being drafted, that put more of a chip on your shoulder? Did that make you, you know, want to go even harder because, you know, it seems like you had to prove yourself every step of the way. You know, you had to make sure them, they switched positions early, in your college career. You had to prove yourself in that workout with all them those guys down in Fort Worth, and now you go to the draft, you prove all this, and you go undrafted. Did that give you that more of that work ethic, that more of that edge, just to get out there and show these people, like, you know what, I'm a baller. You missing out on me. You need me.
I mean, honestly, man, coming from a D2 school, like the odds have been like they were stacked up against me from the start. So me going undrafted was still a plus because I was only one of maybe 4 or 5 of us from D2 that year that got picked up. So I was excited to even have a foot in the door. You know what I mean? Just I always keep that chip on my shoulder, just because I'm from the D2 school. So I guess you could say I had a chip, but I already had one just being from the small school, man. It's like it's a small school mindset. Like these guys don't understand going to a school with 2,000 people. Everybody know you. You know what I mean? Everybody knows everybody at the school. You know what I mean? Like I didn't go to the school with 70,000 people at my game. So that was always my motivation, was to prove I belong. So me just even getting a foot in the door, man, I was excited. I was on top of the world, man. You couldn't have told me, anything at that point, man. I'm undrafted free agent. It didn't matter to me. I was on the team. Look, I get to put a helmet on. So if anything, I was just excited even more to just, go and get my shot, man, and just show that I belong. So being undrafted, definitely at the time, I didn't realize like everything it holds, like the weight, the pressure it holds, just because like you're not drafted, so you don't get those opportunities to mess up, and I didn't realize that. I just, I'm an undrafted free agent. I signed a contract, like I know I'm gonna be on the team. Like that's my mindset, and I didn't realize, like, man, when it comes time for it, like, they're gonna keep a guy that they draft. If it's between you and a guy that got drafted, and you both play similar, probably gonna keep the guy they drafted, and that made me realize, once I got in and I realized, and I started talking to more undrafted guys and just saying, like, man, you got to go undrafted tempo, like you have to keep that in your mind, you know what I mean? Just because you don't get as many opportunities, you don't get as many chances to mess up. I might mess up one time and it's like, oh, might not get any more reps today. You don't know when to check. You don't, so makes you more of a perfectionist, I would say, but I've always had that chip, to be honest.
Man, I thought he was gonna say he had that chip just because he was from St. Louis. That's a chip you born with. You got it on your shoulder now.
Yeah, that just comes with it, man. That comes with it. So.
Yes, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just tuning in, this is the Man Cave, holding it down every last Wednesday, courtesy of the Platform Sports Talk Show. Our special guest this evening is none other than the Jonathan Owens. Real quick, we've got a comment from Arthur Sims. They were just saying hello to you. Does that name ring a bell? Is that anyone that?
Oh yeah. All right, I know exactly. That's my family right there.
Oh, okay. We got family in the building.
St. Louis.
I wanna focus on your time right now being a member of the Houston Texans. I want to take it to your first career interception. Can you talk to us about that? How you felt and what it did to like your mindset to propel you to go harder with your game? Before we do that, I think your sister Chanel is saying hi, brother.
That's my sis right there. Yeah.
Is that the sister that tricked you with ice cream?
That sis that tricked me with the ice cream, man, took me to practice. So she's who to thank right there.
Chanel, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for the ice cream switch. Get him some ice cream. I think it's well deserved now. I think that ice cream is long overdue. But I want to get to your time in Houston with the Texans right now. Talk to us about that first interception, that first career interception.
So I remember the play, man. We were in cover 2, and they gave, like, it's certain routes that we know, like cover 2, this is what you're going to get as a safety to try to be a beater. And you get the same routes every week. So once I got a certain formation, like I was already communicating with the other safety, what I thought was going to happen, so we get tight splits. Like the route is like it's a corner post though. They try to get you like play action, get the safety to bite up, and then the receiver gets on you fast. Like then he break to the corner to make you open your hips, and then they break back to the post and just try to run away from you. But I just was disciplined. It was play action, but I seen the receiver release, so I'm backpedaling, getting my depth, and I saw he did the route up underneath me, so I seen him break to the corner, but he was still kind of his shoulders weren't completely turned, so I knew it was going to be a double move anyway. So I was really anticipating, and shoot, Herbert, I was on top of it, so I don't know why Herbert threw it, but he did, and man, I just it actually happened in slow motion. It's crazy. And I just see the ball, man. I go make the play, and it's like I can't explain the feeling though, because you can't believe that it happened for one, man. Just because the story, the adversity, like it's my 4th year, man, and I'm finally getting an opportunity to get a start and play important minutes in the game. So man, but I make that play, and it's a Christmas game, so a bunch of people probably got tickets for Christmas, and so it's packed, man.
Everybody watching. Everybody watching. Prime
man.
time. Yeah.
Make the play, man, and it's like the stadium goes crazy, and man, it's just you get chills in your system, and actually it was crazy. My mom's first game she got to go to, so my mom was there when I had my second start and my first career interception. So
man,
that just
special.
It was crazy. It just let me know it was meant to be. And I was mic'd up too. They asked me to be mic'd up that game. So it was like I'm mic'd up for the interception. Then I ended up getting a fumble recovery in the 4th quarter. That really put us in another position to score and go up 2 possessions on them. And like we were 3 and 15 at the time. Well, not 3 and 15, like 3 and 13 at the time. So the Chargers were a playoff team, so we pretty much kicked them out the playoffs, and we had 8 starters out on defense with COVID, and actually held them to. I think that was the only game he had where he didn't throw like a over 60-yard pass or something completion. So that was a credit to our defense and just playing as a team with a bunch of starters out. So man, it was exciting, and that just honestly gave me the extra boost of confidence that showed me that I belong, I can play, like and people start respecting me more after that. It's like a different feeling. You walk around the facility, the training facility, man, you got random guys that work there, like, hey man, good game. Like me and my girl, we go to get food afterwards, and like they're telling like the security guards, like, hey bro, like dapping me up, like, bro, good plays, like, and they not even saying nothing to her, and it was just kind of funny. It was opposite usually, and so it was a great experience, man. So
that's all right.
Never
man.
gonna forget it.
That's all right. So let me ask you about that contract, signing that contract, man. How did that feel, man? I mean, after
this picture right here, how'd that feel?
Yeah. Come on now. You say you had that chip on your shoulder at the D2 school. When you finally inked that thing, man, what was that?
So let me tell you, this picture is from I believe it was like September 29th, 2019. So this is after I was cut for 3 weeks from Arizona. And that was my 3 weeks of me being on my own, like my first time not like being cut ever in my life, basically being told that I wasn't good enough. So that was like I said, 3 weeks of I'm by myself in Arizona, just me and my dog. Like I'm going out to a football field that's right across the street from their training facility. Like, so I'm out there on the field grinding every day, and I'm seeing my friends leave because they're like leaving the facility at like 6 o'clock, because Arizona was pretty hot during the day, so I would have to wait till the evening, and it would be every time that they're getting done. So I'm seeing them pull out of the facility, and it's just motivation for me. So I told my agent, like, man, whatever tryout I get, like I'm done, like being at the crib, like I promise you. And they brought me in with 6 other safeties, and I was the only one they kept from the tryout. And I'm like catching the post ball, like I'm sprinting it back to them, like handing them the ball, like I'm letting them know, like, man, I can't go back to the crib, like, you gonna. And the way I packed for the tryout, man, I'm telling you, I brought my game system, packed my whole apartment, like I knew I wasn't gonna be back,
That's real.
And that was just, the mindset, man. And I went in there, and that was when that was actually when I signed my practice my practice squad contract, and that was all I wanted. I just wanted the opportunity to, you know, get a foot in the door. So that ended up working out for me, and that was all I was really, you know, concerned with at the time was just, man, getting on the team. Like,
Can I ask real quick, just real
go
quick,
ahead.
about your contract right now with Houston?
Mhm.
Where
Oh
you
yeah.
at? Where you at right now
So
with Houston?
so right now I'm signed through this season too. So this
Mm-hmm.
would technically be like my contract year. So, you know, depending on, you know, everything goes well this year, man, this could really set my life up, you know, the way that I've always dreamed. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
excited, you know, and just ready for the grind.
That's real. That's real. Right.
Real quick, I just want to address some comments concerning your picture. The contract picture, Miss Williams said, "Look at that grin. It was a Cheshire grin, Miss Williams. It really was." And then she also said some people would have gotten discouraged. It says a lot about your character that you didn't give up. And we commend you for not giving up and sticking to it, man. Sticking to it so much that you had an opportunity recently to give back to your community through your football camp a couple days ago. Talk to us about that. How did it feel, man, to have your football camp going down?
Man, it was amazing. All the kids out there, they had a great time, man. It was competitive. I mean, I was out there jumping around, running with them. I'm gonna have a video coming out here within the next couple of days from my videographer that was behind the scenes. Man, he got drone shots like within the fastest man in the camp. Like it was amazing, man. Hot, great energy. We had a DJ out there. I know the kids, they loved it. From what I heard, kids were talking about it. You know, rest of the day they're just, you know, excited, just reminiscing. I gave a jersey away, a bunch of shirts, water bottles. So it was just all about creating a memorable experience for the kids. Just because I wish, you know, I wish I would have went to something like that when I was younger. You know, it would have meant the world to me. So I just wanted to make sure I relay my message to the kids. Just be personable, relatable. I'm out there with them, high fiving them. You know, just showing them that we're human, you know, and it's, your goal can be attainable. I kept telling them, like, man, I played on the same field, like, every day. You know, I'm out here summer workouts, like, this is the exact same field that I trained at, Friday night lights, like, you know, just letting them know, like, your goal is attainable. It's just hard work, you know, and you have to separate yourself somehow, some way. If you do what everybody else does, how are you going to get better, you know? So, just all about teaching, man, next generation and inspiring them. So it was pretty exciting to be able to do that.
Man, that is amazing. Let me commend you on that, man. That's what it's
Sure.
about, man. It's about, you know, you using your platform, using yourself to show these youngins that it can happen. You can do something. You can become something. Even if you don't make it to that ultimate level, you going out there and getting that education. You going out there getting that free education. You with that scholarship and making it happen is important, man. And that's real big with me, man, in the community, man. So I commend that. But I'm gonna let Stan do his thing, man.
Man, I'm just stuck on the fact that I'm straight hosting the show with Craig Blac. This is crazy. And then we have Jonathan Owens on the show. That's even crazier. Real quick, I know we've got you for a limited amount of time, so I am just going to slide right into it. If we didn't know you for the greatness that you exhibit on the field, if we didn't know you for the camp that you just put on for the city of St. Louis, shout out to you for doing that. Also, you said you had a DJ. If you ever need a DJ for one of your camps, you got two of them right here. I'm not one of them. You got DJ Sadal, the selector, and then you got DJ Fred, aka Smoooth, with Smoooth Productions. Shameless plug out there. Not at all. I'm it's shameless, very shameless. So I want to talk about the person who is more than wonderful, more than amazing. She is the apple of your eye, the bread to your butter, the peanut butter to your jelly, the chocolate to your marshmallow, the chocolate to your strawberry. You know, it goes on and on. The oil to your engine. I don't know where that one was going. You know, her name escapes me. Her name escapes me. Oh my god, it was just on the tip of my tongue. Mr. Owens, if you could help me out here. Yes, the lovely,
there she go.
the baddest Olympian of all time, baddest Olympian of all time, the greatest Olympian of all time, the GOAT and the boat, Miss Simone Biles. I'm not gonna put a limit on you, brother. I am gonna let you talk about your woman in only a way we know how. So the floor is yours. Go on, talk about it. How did you all meet?
Social media, man. The power of social media.
Wow.
We connected through there. Got the messaging back and forth, and we hung out a few days after that. And it was actually COVID going on, so the world shut down and restaurants were closed and everything. So it was more so just getting to know each other. We couldn't go anywhere, and it actually her season has shut down as well. So this is really the first time in her life she wasn't training every day or getting ready to travel somewhere or go out of the country or go to a competition or something. So we honestly got all of COVID, and we met in March 2020. So we had all of COVID just to, like I said, get to know each other and progress in our relationship, man. So, my football was shut down for me as well. So I really had nothing to do. So, man, it worked out perfect timing.
Hey, man,
worked out indeed.
I'm newly married. I'm in my second year of marriage. Okay, man, going to October 20th.
Congrats, Craig.
Second year of marriage. Okay,
Congrats,
but let
man.
me tell you something. Everybody says if you make it through that COVID with your partner, that is your partner for life, man. And y'all made it through that COVID together in that first beginning stages. Y'all did that. That's a beautiful thing, man. It's a beautiful thing because that's the only person you was seeing and talking to. That's a beautiful thing, man.
I tell you what, it helped. We were in the honeymoon phase too, man. So I mean, we were still, it was butterflies. Everything was new. So, like I said, it was an exciting time for both of us, man. So I'm very thankful that it happened, and looking forward to building the rest of our life together.
Yeah, right. You mentioned the honeymoon phase. We got to call that honeymoon phase part 1 because earlier this year, that brother got down on one knee, didn't he? And he popped that question. Yes, he did, man. At one, real quick, I just want to recognize a couple comments. Miss Jayonce said that all great relationships started during the pandemic. She should know more than anybody, seeing that she is Mrs. Smooth. And then we got Miss Williams saying she is so happy for the both of you guys. At what moment did you know that Simone was the one for you, Miss Owens?
So first off, I mean, her birthday is March 14th, so that was the weirdest thing. Yeah, man,
that's
crazy.
That's it.
That was crazy right there. So I'm like, okay, that's like a sign. And then after I got my pick, man, her and my mom are sitting in the stands right next to each other, and man, I'm just like sitting on the couch after the game, and like I'm just looking at ESPN and like the NFL highlights of the game, and they're like, they're showing my girl, and they got my girl and my mom on the TV constantly, and it was just like, man, like what else am I waiting on? You know what I mean? And it's just seeing them two up there, they're so genuinely excited for me, and who else would I want at the game there to support me? So it was just like it was meant to be, and I called my jeweler right there. I was actually already I was really thinking should I do it? Like talking with my teammates, and then at that moment, I called my jeweler. I'm like, yeah, bro, we need to go ahead and get this in motion right now. Like I'm sure that's what I want to do.
The universe was sending him a message indeed,
Definitely
Ms. Williams,
was.
on 314. Oh yeah. That's an omen. That's a beautiful omen right there. He had nothing to it but to do it. Sadal, it is on you, brother.
Now I understand that, talk about the love of your life, you're incorporating. She had a chance to come up to St. Louis and experience St. Louis, but there was one little thing about St. Louis that she got to experience, and that's a little Emo's Pizza. So how was her first Emo's experience there?
Man, you know I had to make sure it was the best that it could have been. I made sure I got the pizza from the city. You know, we had the toasted ravioli. And I made sure she got the full experience. So she had it. It was fresh. And she loved it, man, honestly. And that's like her favorite pizza, man. Emos, they send us pizza. You know, you put it in the freezer. It don't taste the exact same as when you catch it fresh out the oven at the store, but we definitely made sure we made a trip there whenever we were just there. Made sure, like, that was kind of one of the things. She's like, I need some emos, like, because pizza's already her favorite. So she just loves the Provel cheese, I think. And I'm a big toasted ravioli guy, so I ate all of those.
It's a good cheese.
Like, yeah,
and
you
that's
probably.
You got a new convert to emos, man.
So I just want to know, because, you know, being born and raised in U City, we pride ourselves on self-proclaim having the best emos in the city. Which emos did you take her to? Which emos did you get the pizza from?
So I got it from the Riverview Circle, man. I'm from Jennings. I'm from Jennings, man. So it's 2 minutes from the crib, man. Come on, it's you know, that's right there, man. So you just got to kind of be careful driving around there. But once you get into the restaurant, though, you good.
Yeah, for sure. Well, Jonathan, we want to thank you for being on the show. You let Miss Simone know that whenever she is ready, she is more than welcome to join us on the first Wednesday of every month for Ladies' Night. So you gonna let her know we are ready and eager to have her.
For sure, man. I appreciate you all having me on here, man.
Man, I appreciate you, man.
Yeah, appreciate you.
For real, man. Everything you do, man.
And good luck next season, man.
I was just about to say, most importantly, best of luck to you this season.
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Make it happen, man. You know, St. Louis ain't got no team, so they all on yours right now, man.
Hey. I love the way St. Louis support, though.
Hey, what I'm telling the truth, man. He understands that. You know,
support our athletes, though.
We support our athletes, but dang, you talking big stuff for a Commanders fan. You talking big stuff for a Commanders fan.
Hey, Jonathan, I'm from DC, man. So you know I gotta roll with my Commanders, man. But
I
love St. Louis, though. You know what I'm saying?
Real quick. Last question. Since we got you here, how did you feel about the Rams, formerly of St. Louis, winning the Super Bowl this year? Competitive part aside, like being a child of St. Louis, how did it feel?
Bro, my family thought they won the Super Bowl. They still Rams fans, so I mean, they like, man, we in the Super Bowl. They calling, man, my cousin calling me like, man, you see that play? They better stop playing, because a lot of those guys are drafted to St. Louis, especially like Aaron Donald, like been there, you know what I mean? So I mean, guys still have ties. So you know, I was more so glad they won because it was in LA, and they won it in LA. I just be happy to send the fans home happy. That's all I really think about, like. Home, basically like a home game for them, you know. That's all I really care about, sending the fans home happy.
See, there's still Rams fans, you know, here in St. Louis.
There's plenty.
I bought my shirt as soon as the commercial came on. Rams fans clicking the link.
They can't tell you ain't winning. Well, you see the support.
Man, appreciate you again, man.
Appreciate you for coming on. Jonathan, best of luck to you this next season. We can't wait to have you back on again, man. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for coming on.
Yes, sir.
100.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, what a show, right? From the inaugural episode of Mr. Craig Blac to the inaugural guest of Mr. Jonathan Owens to my Wi-Fi doing the same damn thing it always want to do, but we're back. We're back. That's what I went to do. I got it that 2%. Ladies and gentlemen, that's it. That's the show. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. On behalf of myself, Mr. Craig, and Smoooth, who just popped on in there out of nowhere like a ghost.
Yeah.
Next time, to show the ladies the same support you showed us. It's Ladies' Night every first Wednesday of the month. But until then, y'all be safe. Y'all
can I before you sign off, can I say something real quick?
Go ahead.
You was almost done. Let me real quick.
I was there. Go ahead.
St. Louis, Missouri. It's going down August 13th and 14th. Community Cuts for Kids, the 21st annual. We need barbers. We need stylists. We need barbers. All right. Go to the creationfoundation.org. Please register. Please volunteer. We need your help. We'll be in Belleville, Illinois. We'll be in Spanish Lake. And we'll be in St. Louis City. Okay. Shout out to the Kappas. Shout out to Buffy Dillon putting it down. I love you, Buffy. And shout out to rest in power, rest in peace, my man Rob West. We'll be at the Fallon Park Recreation Complex. All right. 2 days, 3 locations. St. Louis. We need you.
And we will make sure we post all that on our social medias, y'all.
All right.
This has been the Man Cave. We done. We'll see y'all next month. That's it. We done. Go.
Peace.
Get out of here.